What's up, everybody? Robert the Coroner Drapp here. Um, I know I promised you guys uh, some Rob's Random Rums content that I was going to be bringing forth um, some more, and I do have a few episodes already in the can as far as uh, episodes I've already shot and I've already made. I've already started editing. I don't know. I don't think I've gotten any true uh, editing done on them. I started trying, and then I realized that the audio was starting to overwhelm me. The editing process was starting to overwhelm me, so I stopped and I didn't go back to it. Um, I'm not gonna lie. This month has been probably the worst month that I've had in a good long time. Such that I didn't want to do this anymore. Not just not do YouTube, because I love what I do. And I had such a hard time trying to get everything to work, trying to get everything to 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 function as intended, that it was just draining me. I mean, I had an old laptop that I've had for a while because it's my husband's, and he's been super supportive. He's been the best you could ever ask for, and I looked at it all. I think the final straw for me, the thing that tipped me over the edge, was uh, I sat down after setting up the laptop with the audio recording software that I use here, Audible, and I was going to go back and re-record all of the audio, all of the videos that I'd done this last week, just redo them all, because thankfully, in this case, having a brain that is essentially a sieve. This was such a minor. Those episodes were such a minor thing that I couldn't exactly remember my impressions of them. So I was just going to sit down. I was going to hammer out all of the episodes that I wanted to put together, and I plan on doing that later. But right now, I'm doing this because as soon as I turned from the laptop, I'd had it set off to the side, and as soon as I turned to go to the OBS software that I use here, uh, I use it to stream. I use it to do many things. The webcam wasn't working. Now, this is not the first time that my webcam has stopped working. Uh, it happens quite often. And I think it's because the kitten decides, or had decided, that the cord was something she had wanted to chew on initially, had sliced through the casing and gotten into a little bit of the wires, and those exposed wires weren't exactly conductive. So, because they were loose and exposed to open air, they didn't always want to work properly. Now, my solution in the past had been to just unplug it and replug it in the hopes that plugging it back in would trigger it to continue going. In this case, after I believe it was 3 attempts, with all that I've been through this month, everything that I've done, all that I've had to deal with, both with the passing of my grandfather, who I love dearly, the workload that I'm expected to take on, the stress of my husband not getting his due at his job, them cutting his hours back, and therefore placing even more of the weight of trying to get things done around here on me. It was all too much. And yeah, so I deactivated my Facebook account. I ripped the cords out of the wall, out of the computer. I had every intention of just walking away, never coming back, and in fact starving to death. That was how I had decided that it was going to end, that I was not going to be a burden on anyone anymore. And then the revelation hit me that I can't do this to I can't do that to anyone. If I die, if I walk across the street and some careless driver hits me, that's not my fault. That's life. That's the expected fate that awaits me. Though I don't know it. And that's life, though. You can accept that. That's not a burden on anyone, really. But if you decide to check out before then, yes, you succumb to an illness. No different than cancer, no different than anything else in this world that can kill you. The fact is you don't have to, though. I always say that there are many people that can reach out and talk to me and listen, or rather I'll listen, because I want you guys to stick around. And I haven't done this kind of work in a bit, but fact is I don't really take my own advice very often. And when I realized how badly I'd hurt my husband, in the sense that I did not eat for 24 hours. I quite clearly remember all of the things I'd eaten. On Saturday before I returned home, upon a break at my job, they'd had little sandwiches. I'm talking like croissants that I had 2 of, and then I came home and all of that happened as I was trying to set up to do Rob's Random ROMs. And I just couldn't. I remember it had been late in the day, and the whole time, I, like, right after I got home, running through a few things, I come home, I tried to do this. I end up on Destiny because after that whole kerfuffle, I was just going to give the computer to my husband. Just here, you can have it. It's yours. It's a powerful computer for many, many, many uses. And he wouldn't accept it. And then I remember, because it was later in the day, I didn't want to be here anymore. Like all of the pressure on me and all of the stress had caused me to want to just let my heart explode or give out, or just the darkest thoughts were in my mind, and I decided to start working out for the first time in better part of a year and a half, with the hopes that it would be the last time I ever did. I did a bunch of pull-ups. I did a bunch of cinder block lifts. I ran, I think, a mile, maybe a little more. I don't know. I didn't measure it. And I got home, got inside. I made my husband dinner, and then I went to bed. The next day, I made him breakfast. I made him lunch. I went and took a nap. The only thing I had all day was, because it was Sunday, I went and grabbed myself a cup of really good coffee. After I went to Walmart and did all the shopping, or a good chunk of it, from what I could remember. I did that on Saturday. And then Sunday, I went and I went and made coffee. I went and got a lot of, or rather, I went and I made myself a cup of coffee. I made him breakfast. And then shortly after that, like mid-morning, I went to H-E-B, got the stuff for today, milk, soda, some spinach so I could make better ramen, even though we don't have ramen right now. Basically, I did little odds and ends shopping, and I got him some nice stuff. Come home to find out he'd actually gone and come back from Dollar General and gotten himself a bag of chips and a couple drinks, and I got him another one of his favorite drinks. And then I went and took a nap, and when I woke up, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do for your dinner. He's like, your dinner? Yeah, your dinner. What about you? Don't worry about me. He said, what do you mean, your dinner? I said, I don't feel like eating. He said, well, if you're not going to eat, I'm not going to eat. I said, you already have. You've done it for the past day. So what's one more meal? And then I realized right then how much I'd hurt him by doing that. How much pain I'd caused by being that selfish. So when I made dinner, I made him a bowl, and then I made myself a small bowl because I didn't really want to eat, but I didn't want him to starve. So I made him a bowl, and he ate most of it. I ate very little, so I put it back with the rest of the leftovers and put that in the fridge. And as I went to sleep, I realized doing doing what I was doing was wrong. I needed, I need, I do need to change some things. That's absolutely certain. I do need to do things differently. But in the same sense, I need to keep trying to retain some things. Like this channel. Am I a great YouTuber? No. But with the world the way it is, you have to have little things to help you hang on, to help you continue. And for me, the little things that I've done has actually been more just trying to be a good person, just trying to put together good content, to try and put together whatever is needed. And currently, I feel like I've done a pretty good job. I'm not using my second softbox currently because I feel like while I did a good job on painting it, it's not exactly where it needs to be. The box is too big, and therefore I have to go back and try again before I can do anything. Like I need a smaller box. So I'll probably try and grab one on my shift tomorrow. This next week is going to be very difficult as I have a full week of 30 hours. So I really wouldn't expect too much content, although I am going to try to put together some work a little later today. I'm probably just going to throw the intro and the outro on this because I like to do the minimal editing on this because you guys deserve to see the raw reactions. You guys deserve to see what's in my heart, what's in my mind. I'm very, very glad that I've gotten to spend this day with you guys. It's gonna get better. I know it is. I've got so many people who love me, who are there for me, and although I feel like I could have given up, although I feel like I was so close to just packing it all in and going away, I'm very glad that I didn't, because now I get to come here to you guys and remind you all that you are loved, that I love you, that it doesn't matter what you're facing, just don't hold it in. And I think that was my problem. So learn from my mistake. Don't keep something like that pent up. Find somebody to tell. Find some outlet so that way you don't have to have it poisoning you. And if you need to cry, go ahead and cry. I haven't done that because it's been a very long time since I've cried, and while I would like to, don't know why I can't, but I can't. So this is my cathartic release. This is how I let out all of that negativity. Is I tell you guys about it and let you guys learn from me. And I let you guys know, as always, that I'm here. If you need to find me, if you need to talk, if you want to talk, if you want to get, beyond the veneer of pretending you're strong when you know you need to break down. Twitter, comment section. Find me wherever you want to. I don't care if you walk up to me in the street and you say, "Oh, hey, I recognize you from Rob's Random ROMs. Your mental health stuff is pretty good, and I was just wondering if I could get a minute and talk to you about it. I'll do my best to make time for you, because that's what we need. We need each other." So, again, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. All those wonderful things down below: like, comment, subscribe, share. I've got some links in the description to go check out some other wonderful people. It would mean a lot to me if you did. And I will see you all next time.